Today is a pivotal day, friends. I have decided to let go of looking for jobs. I work for myself and I work for the Lord, and that is it. So today I got treated to lunch and had this cool experience sharing this book with this lady, and I just kind of realized, like, hey, if I was working for somebody else, if I was at a job right now, this moment would not have happened. Like, I shared this book with her and she was like, dude, I shared a poem from it with her, and she's like, I'm going to check this out right now. So I was like eating some food, and then I see this guy walk by and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go talk to him. And then I walked outside and he was gone. I see this lady and she's smoking a cigarette, and I just said, so you're on your smoking break? And she's like, yeah, I have a bad habit. And I was like, but you are a wonderful person. And she's like, yes, I am. And it's just a beautiful moment. I ended up sharing the poem with her. She's like, okay, I'm going to buy the book. And I just decided then and there, I'm done. So I went to a cemetery. I ended up sharing a poem with the dude at the cemetery. Like, I don't know, God has been building me up for this moment. Like, this moment right here. Like, been spending a lot of time at the temple praying, spending a lot of time at church, spending a lot of time praying, trying to figure this out, man. But I feel more clarity than I have in my entire life right now. And I will never work for another person as long as I live. I will make all of my money from podcasting, speaking, writing, and any of the other streams of income that God puts in my head to make happen. Because there's no limits. There's no limits at all. And he has been making all kinds of amazing things happen for me this week. I have met multiple people that are probably going to help me big time with strategy and stuff like that down the road. And it's helped me to see a future where this is all not just possible, but inevitable. And for me, that is absolutely wild. I think God literally has been waiting for me to like actually make this decision myself. I talked with this guy just now, and he was telling me about how he knew his daughter was going to go serve a mission, but he was waiting for her to make that decision for herself and to get to that point for herself. And he's like, you know, God sometimes just waits for us to make that decision. And it's all I've ever wanted, you know? And I am very thankful for what I've learned from other jobs, but I've always wanted to be able to, you know, be my own boss and also employ people and help them have a sense of safety and strength, you know, be working towards something wonderful, good cause. And the book has been out for almost 3 months. In the last almost 3 months, I've been absolutely wild, going after it, meeting people, reaching people with this book. Just the Kindle book. It's like, imagine like if I had the audiobook and I had the paperback. Like, it's actually gonna be so wild, especially once we have other books out. Like, Satan didn't want this to happen, man. He really didn't want this to happen. He didn't want this to happen at all. And I am here. And it's like the craziest thing. And I'm single. Like, I'm going on runs. Like, I'm doing all this stuff. Like, this is the perfect time for all this to happen. God's timing is perfect. Like, things are coming together in a beautiful way. And I'm just doing what I've always said, especially lately. Dude, I'm just staying on the path. That's what I'm doing. Just staying on the path. I literally started another podcast. Like, I have my one podcast. I started another podcast recently called Stay on the Path. And so there you go. I'll have a link to that in the description too. Because that's what a lot of this is just to trust and believe that God will open doors for you, and that he will even open your Red Sea for you. You know, that thing that seems almost impossible. It's like, God can do that. He can do anything. And so, yeah, I made a public post and we're just going all in. And it's crazy because I've already gotten some really positive feedback for people. I haven't seen any of the negative comments yet. But it's like, I already made a decision. Like, there's no going back. Once you make a decision, there's no going back, especially a decision like this. It's like somebody could offer me $1 million, you know, like to work for them or something, like Amazon, Apple. I would say no. It's like, no, I'm not working for anybody else because I made a decision and my word is my bond, and that is it. I've never actually been able to go all in completely on my own thing before. I've always been kind of like, oh, I'm going to, you know, figure out this way, you know, and people are like, oh, you know, have you applied for this, tried this? I have been applying for jobs, and yeah, I really am excited. And tomorrow it really begins. And so we will see what happens. I'm going to keep updating on the journey. And yeah, just see what happens. So here we go. Subscribe for more and God is looking out for you. And yeah, link to the book in the show notes, or in the description. But yeah, God is good. I will see you next time. Bye.